Hello my beautiful people, thank you for rejoining me for another video. This is part 2 of my book discussion for Obsessed and in Love with My Baby Zach. Okay, so the light behind me, I'm in the bathroom because I was just like flat ironing my hair. So if y'all see smoke, it's just a flat iron, don't be alarmed. If I pick up the flat iron and do another little piece while I'm recording, don't mind. But that light behind me is like doing a weird thing. Like it kind of, let me see. Okay, now I don't want to do it because I'm actually recording. But it kind of like get bright and then get dim sometimes. So if y'all see that change, just ignore it. Like I said in my last video, I will have a backdrop coming soon. So that's enough chit chatter. Let's get into today's video. So we are working on part 2 of my book, which is going to be chapters 3 and chapters 4. So chapter 2, we left off at Shanee at the hospital, right? So if you haven't read chapter 2, I do suggest you, chapters 1 and 2, sorry. If you haven't read chapters 1 and 2, I do suggest you do that. Like I said, everybody is not a reader, they rather listen. So if you rather listen, I have the book discussion part 1 and 2, and I will catch you up with every single detail, every question you may have. I promise you, I most likely answered it. So we left off at Shanee at the hospital, okay? She was going to be released the next morning, so she slept great that night, and she got home, and Palmer is her I explained her in great detail as well. Palmer's just always there. Palmer is like a freaking guardian angel or something. But anyways, Palmer's right there, and so her son JJ is asleep, so she rolled up a blunt. She like, fuck this, somebody get high. She poured up a few shots of Patron with no ice. She wanted to be drunk. She wanted to numb how hurt she was. She wanted to. Okay, so like we said before, she was at risk of losing her children because she did try to unearth herself. Not necessarily unearth herself, but she has this thing where she draw on her wrist with a knife, and it kind of like numbs the pain for her mentally because of the pain physically, if that makes sense. So she's at risk of losing her children because of that. She lost a lot of blood. The doctors noted that, and her mother, Ashanti's mother, who lives in New York, is like about to get her children. And Ashanti don't want that. She's like, Ashanti kind of feels like her children is the only thing that's holding Milo to her. Like, she kind of knows that this relationship is going. So she don't want her children to go to New York because she feel like if she don't have her kids, Milo's definitely gonna leave her. So okay, so Shanti is drunk at this point. She's drunk. She done had like a whole bunch of shots of Patron. She's also smoking a blunt, which enhances, the Patron. So she's just thinking to herself, she's like, and this is her words, I miss Milo. She's drunk. Drunk make you like miss people you normally wouldn't miss. And being that she missed him in real life, drunk her missed him like 1,000 times more. So she missed Milo. She's thinking to herself, like, he promised me that day for life. Like, he's never going nowhere. She put that in her head, and it stayed there. Not just while she was drunk, but it literally stayed there. Okay, so she started thinking about him being with another female, and that infuriated her. It pissed her off. So she's sitting there alone. She don't know where Milo is. Okay, she don't know where he is. So that made her even more mad than she already was. So just picture that. If you ever been drunk, you can picture that. I get so emotional when I drink. Like, I really do. Okay, so who don't, the first thing you want to hear when you're drunk is music. And so she plays her playlist, and Ashanti's already like dealt with shit like this, so her playlist is kind of exclusive. Beyonce, Ring the Alarm. It's an old song, but everybody know how that song goes. Like, the lyrics in that song, if you don't know, just take a second and click out of this video and go look up the lyrics so you can better explain or better understand how Ashanti was feeling in this moment. She's just like, she's about to ring the fucking alarm. She been dealing with Milo for too long, and she will be damned if she see another chick on his arms. She just wasn't having it. So she's drunk, and she's pumped, and she's hyped, and she's singing with the music blasting. Mind you, her kids are asleep, so she's kind of being very inconsiderate, but she's drunk, so she don't really realize it. So she started knocking down shit on the wall, like knocking down their pictures, throwing down picture frames, knocking stuff down. She tearing shit over. She broke the flat screen. They like 60-inch fucking flat screen. She break the glass coffee table. So Palmer, like I told y'all, she lived right below Ashanti, and she knows that Ashanti is, you know, psychologically disturbed. So she hears all this broken. Like I said, she was right below her. So she comes upstairs and she don't want to talk to Ashanti right now. She all Palmer know is grab the kids. She never had to get like clothes, bottles, extra shit, because she took care of the kids so much that she had all of that stuff down in her apartment. So Palmer comes up there like the guardian angel she is, and she gets the kids and she takes them back downstairs with her for the rest of the night. Soon as Palmer leaves with the kids, fucking Milo Johnson, her baby daddy, walked in. Mind you, the house is a mess. The kids are gone, and she's drunk, y'all. Millions of emotions are running through her mind, and they're like, she's bipolar. She happy that he's there because he's there, you know, and that's all she really, ultimately, that's really all she wants. But she's mad at the same time, like, nigga, you really cheated on me. I had to go to the hospital. Like, I drew on my wrist, and y'all know what I mean when I say I drew on my wrist. YouTube kind of sensitive, Facebook kind of sensitive, so I can't really say. But y'all know, she drew on her wrist with a knife, right? And she went to the hospital. Like, she's at risk of losing her kids. She pissed off. So Milo walk in the house, and he's like, what the fuck? Like, you know, he looking around at all this shit that he bought. Because Ashanti don't work. She never had to since the day she met him. He made sure that he did what he did. He was a street pharmacist. So he looking around, he's like, yo, you drunk? What's going on? Where my kids at? Like, he confused, but he's so narcissistic. Like, okay, so the first emotion is anger, right? She's drunk, she's mad, blah blah. I don't have to keep telling y'all she's drunk, but I'm just trying to put emphasis on the fact that she's drunk because it kind of means a lot. So she swing on him. She's swinging on him, and she's crying. She like, why me, Milo? Like, she's very confident. She's a confident woman, but right now her emotions are getting the best of her. So she's wondering, like, why are you cheating on me? Why do you keep doing this? This is not my first time hearing about this Zoe chick. So what is it about her? What advantage do Zoe have over me? Like, I'm the baddest bitch in the hood. She really believed that. And while she was pretty, I won't, you know, she was beautiful. So she was very confident. So she couldn't understand why, like, a hood is all Ashanti knows. She don't know that there's a whole other world of beautiful ass women out there. Hood is all she knows. So she's like, I'm like the baddest bitch here. Why me? Why are you cheating on me? Like, these niggas would be lucky to have me. She can't understand it. So she swing on him again. Okay, so Milo is not really trying to talk about none of that right now. He's trying to figure out why, like, fucking thousands of dollars worth of electronics is on the fucking floor broken, and he don't see his kids, and Ashanti is like crazy out of her mind drunk. Like, he's just trying to make sense of it all, even though he's the one that caused this and he kind of know it. And that's kind of why I said he was narcissistic, because narcissistic people never take accountability for their own actions. So he don't even know that he's the reason that she's like this. Like, stop fucking cheating on her, and she wouldn't be like this. She would probably be a bomb-ass stay-at-home mother, you know, kids would be asleep, she would be asleep, or reading a book or something like that, you know, what those house mamas do, but just like in the hood. So she got mad, like, cause she's like, oh my god, he is not listening to me. All he worried about right now is his kids, as he should, but he also is using, as you can see, he's using them as, like, he know his kids is right down the stairs with Palmer. So he kind of pick up on her vibes, you know, and he kind of, okay, the kids are with Palmer. You can, like, their apartments are so close. In the projects, all apartments are, like, really, really close, which is why I could never, anyways, so he heard JJ crying, and then, like, after a few seconds, he stopped crying. So he's like, okay, Palmer got JJ. So he's kind of chill about that. He know that he get money every day, so replacing that broke shit wouldn't be nothing. So he kind of calms down, and he knows that he can't keep adding fuel to the fire. So he kind of chill for a second. But Ashanti, she just mad, and she's drunk for the 50th time. So she pick up a lamb and she throw it at him, and it hit him, but it don't phase him. Milo, you know, he had been shot before, like, so he know, like, that lamb shit didn't hold no weight. So he grabbed her, right, and he pinned her arms up to the wall, but it's not like in a very like domestic violence type of way. It's not like in an aggressive domestic violence type way. It's in more of a like sexual aggressive type way. So it is aggressive, but it's like more sexual than domestic violence. Y'all know, y'all ain't never been pinned to the wall. I done been pinned to the wall, and just writing this kind of made me sweat a little bit. But anyways, so he started kissing on her and he started loving on her, and Milo started doing what Milo do. Like, he started to take her mind off of what he did in the past and kind of got her to focus on the right now. So he started kissing, licking. He goes lower and pick her legs up, put them around his waist, and he just started drilling. Like, whew, I can't talk too much about it because might get kind of hot in here. So okay, so they have like this, I would say makeup sex, but it kind of really wasn't makeup sex. It was kind of like, all right, bitch, I need you to calm down type sex. Like, so they do that, and Ashanti falls asleep. She's drunk. So she falls asleep, and when she wakes up, she's like calmer, like, of course, because she's not as drunk as she was, but something's different. The air smells different. Her vibes were thrown off. So she texts Palmer. She's like, I'm up. You can bring the kids now. Her thinking that Milo fell asleep with her. And she's like, he's not beside her when she wakes up. She's like, okay, maybe he went to go he went to go make a play right quick because that's what he did. So she either thought that or thought, okay, maybe he's in the bathroom or something. She just thought Milo woke up to her. But like I said, something felt different. Something was terribly different. She woke up, walked in. She's waiting on Palmer to bring her kids. She realizes, walking around her apartment, nothing Milo owned was there. He left her. Why, Milo? Why must you make these silly mistakes? You know this lady said that is hers forever. Why would you do this? He took all his shit and he left her, and of course it's not gonna be permanent, spoiler alert, but he did leave temporarily. So Shanti is distraught. All of a sudden, Milo just fucking left her. So she takes Palmer and she's like, okay, never mind. Keep them for a few more hours. I have to go play fucking FBI because I need to find out where the fuck my baby daddy went. My kids don't even matter right now. You know, she's not thinking this in her head, but subconsciously, obviously, that's what's going on because, you know, you didn't spend the night with your kids. What are your kids? Fuck this nigga. But, nah. Milo was the only thing on her mind. She was obsessed with this man and refused absolutely to live without him. So she texts Palmer. She's like, okay, keep him for a few more hours. She put on some sweatpants, dressed down, looking bummy, put her hair in a bun. Now, this is nothing like Ashanti. Ashanti was a top-notch fly chick in the hood. She was the flyest bitch out there. So she's dressed down and she goes to walk. She just need to clear her head. She got a massive hangover. She can't fight right now. She know if she see him, that's what she's going to do. So she don't go looking for him immediately, but she does take a walk in. So Ashanti starts thinking, and she starts thinking about her dad, and she gets kind of emotional. You know, her dad was taken away from her at a very young age, so she was a true daddy's girl. She really loved her father, and Milo, right when her dad was taken, she met Milo a month later. So that empathy, that protection, that love that she yearned from her father, she got from Milo. So she was seriously attached to him. So this is where her mood switches again. She starts thinking about, like, okay, I'm gonna give this nigga an hour to call me back. She's blowing his phone up, mind you. She's blowing his phone up back to back to back. She's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna chill, but I'm gonna give him an hour to call me back. So her phone rings, and voila, it's Milo. She knows him like the back of her hand. So basically, Milo explains that he's on the way back. He just did that to scare her into thinking that he was leaving, so that she wouldn't act like that again. He's tired of the crazy shit. The phone rings once again. This time, Ashanti grabs it and she jumps out of the tub. Mind you, they're in the tub. They got their bubbles and their soap everywhere. There's a fruit basket. There's roses. There's a lot of stuff, but they're extra slippery. So Milo is like trying to grab her and stop her from answering the phone, but she's so slippery that she literally slipped right out of his arms. So Shanti answers the phone, and of course she hears the girl's voice, and the girl's like, Milo, hello? She's like, wrong bitch. This is his baby mama. Who is this? So like Milo grabbed her in the midst and she's like, you want this fucking phone? Go get it. And she threw it in the tub that they were in. So the phone is completely destroyed at this point. Milo was like, see, this is the crazy shit I was talking about. But Shanti ain't trying to hear it at this point. She grabbed the roses. Y'all know roses got thorns. And she started beating his ass with roses. That make you like fucking angry. Because it made me angry writing it. But something in my head just like made me write it. I don't know. Okay, so Milo finally gets a hold of her. You know, they're drier because they've been fighting in the air. So they're a little bit drier. So he's able to hold her. And he held her so tight that she couldn't move. He's big and she's like really petite. So he's holding her and he's like whispering in her ear, and their body heat, and they're both like completely but as like butterball naked. So of course the tension is high. So he uses his fingers, he uses his tongue, and I wish I can go into detail because it would make the story so much more worth listening to, but I can't. So y'all know what happened, and she fell right back into his trap. And then after they have sex, she's like, so who was it? Milo played it off, and he was like, because he got 2 phones, so he was like, man, that's probably just a bitch, you know, wanting some work. It was probably. So come to find out, it was just a lick, and he was able to prove it to her by calling that exact number back and putting it on speakerphone. And Ashanti is sitting there dumbfounded. I mean, he did just cheat on her the day before, mind you, y'all. He did just cheat on her, but this time he didn't, and it was really just some money. And the girl that he called back, she was like, never mind, I don't want to deal with drama, I'll just call somebody else. So Milo's mad now because he just missed out on some money because of his crazy ass big mama. But mind you, it's still his fault. Like, she wouldn't feel like that if it wasn't for him and everything he was doing. So now he's like mad, he's tripping. Now he's tripping. He's like, I'm tired of this crazy shit. Like, I'm missing money because of you. I'm tired of going through this every day. Another form of manipulation. He is the reason she felt the way she felt. He is the reason why she's doing the things that she's doing. So anyways, y'all, that wraps up chapter 3. So we are officially into chapter 4, They Don't Love You. This is coming from the perspective of Palmer herself. Chapter 4, it's about to get juicy. Chapter 4, Ashanti's mom calls Palmer. Yes, her mother, the one who was trying to take her kids away from her. Ashanti's mom seemed really genuine. She don't really have any bad intentions, but she is worried about her daughter and her mental health, and she's also worried about the kids because they are in her daughter's care. So she calls Palmer. Palmer has no idea how this woman got her number, and she's like, I just need you to spy on her so I can get hardcore evidence, like send me videos of basically Ashanti being a bad mother, so she can submit it to Child Protective Services and get custody of her grandchildren. But Palmer, she's so dedicated to Ashanti. She's like, no, like, I'm not doing that. Ashanti loved those kids. And Palmer knows this. Like, deep down, Ashanti loved her kids. And she also knows that without her kids, Ashanti would crash. She's already on the verge of crashing. But Palmer knows that without her kids, she would definitely crash. Okay, y'all. Brace yourself. It is in this chapter we learn the truths about Callie fucking Baker. So, okay, Ashanti is on the path of getting her life back together, and you know, she forgets about Milo cheating and all of that or whatever. So one day Ashanti goes to a meeting at a community college. She wants to enroll back in school. She wants to get her life together and get out of the projects at this point in the story. So she goes to a meeting and she has to take a placement test. The placement test can last up to 4 hours. So she tells Milo that the placement test is going to be 4 hours. Palmer is right downstairs. She sees everything, okay? She knows exactly what goes on up in that apartment at all times because she is always home. She's not like those other project females, so she's never with them. She's always home. Always. So, one day, so Palmer can't really figure out what Ashanti doesn't see. Like, she literally has the world, and that's her kids right in her, like right in front of her. Palmer don't really understand. You know, she's 14 years old. She don't really, but I mean, her mom is the same way. So she's like, okay, she kind of gets it, but that's why she's trying to help Ashanti because she kind of sees Ashanti in her mother, and it's kind of offensive to say that. But anyways, like I was saying before, Callie's Ashanti, god damn it, Palmer, slow down to me, sees a lot. So one day she's seeing Callie go up there with Milo, and she goes to spy on them, and they're having sex. So Ashanti's best friend, Callie Baker, who pretends to hate Milo, you know, because of all the things that he's doing to Ashanti, and they're having sex. Callie Baker and Milo Johnson are in Ashanti's house having sex. Now, Palmer knew better than to tell Ashanti. She knew this would destroy her, okay? In this part of the book, Palmer's spending time with the kids, and she's teaching them, and this shows a lot about how they, like, learn most of their skills. She's teaching them. Palmer is like, okay, Emerald, what does the letter C stand for? Emerald says cat, and then she goes to Zenny, who's a year younger, Zenaria, and she goes, okay, Zenny, what sound does the cat make? And Zenny says, meow. You know, it's like really little cute things. Like, she's literally teaching them. She's their teacher. But this is also what Palmer wanted to be when she got older. She wanted to teach children. So that was like kind of a cute little scene. And then it kind of emphasizes how close Palmer was with Ashanti's children. She's doing everything that Ashanti should have been doing, but Ashanti just couldn't see it. She couldn't see clear enough to realize that, like, okay, I'm missing valuable time with my children, chasing my baby daddy, who's obviously gonna keep running from me. Okay, so at this point, Palmer is listening to Milo and Callie fuss, and Callie's basically like on some real hater type, like, backstabbing shit. She's like, Milo, what do you see in Ashanti? Like, why are you still with her? Basically, I feel like Callie was just befriending Ashanti until she got away from Milo. So she's asking Milo, like, what are you here for? Like, why do you love her? And Milo, like, the same reason she's your best friend. So Palmer can't take it anymore. She's hiding in the closet. She pops out. She just stands there in the hallway. So when Milo and Callie finish the conversation, Milo's storming out of the apartment, and Palmer's standing there. And he's like, what did you see? She saw everything. She heard everything. Milo basically pays Palmer a stack of money to keep quiet and to not tell Ashanti. He knows that money is Palmer's weakness, so he used it against her, and ultimately he won for now. That wraps up chapter 4. What do you think is going to happen next? Like, okay, so Callie and Milo both know that Palmer, who's Ashanti's, like, guardian fucking angel, knows that that Callie and Milo is, you know, doing the do. So, like, what's gonna happen next? Find out when we come back with part 3, which is gonna be chapters. Fuck, why do I get so tongue twisted? Gonna be chapter 5 and 6, and that's gonna be part 3 of Obsessed and in Love with My Baby Daddy. The link to download this book, if you are not caught up, is gonna be posted in the description box below. Follow along. It gets crazy. What do you think about Ashanti? Do you think Milo is a narcissist? Like, I definitely do. Leave your answers to these questions in the comments below. Don't forget to share.